Aladdin and the Magic Lamp. Once upon a time in the mysterious land of Persia, there lived a young boy named Aladdin. His father had died and he was very idle, causing his mother much grief. He spent his days playing in the streets with other idle boys until one fateful day. A man came to Aladdin's home claiming to be his uncle, gone from the country for 40 years. He told Aladdin of a treasure in the mountains and took him many miles through the wilderness to get to it. His uncle commanded him to grasp a stone fixed into the ground. Reciting the names of his forefathers, Aladdin was able to pull it free with ease. A staircase appeared, leading down into the earth, and surrounding the stairs were mountains of shimmering treasure. Gold, silver, and jewels were as bright and numerous as stars in the night sky. The man told him to touch nothing but the golden lamp that lay at the depths of the cave, and though Aladdin was tempted by the many beautiful things, the only thing that he touched was the lamp his uncle had commanded him to fetch. As he was ascending the stairs to the mouth of the cave, the hem of his robe brushed against a golden vase. The ceiling of the cavern began to crumble about Aladdin, and he hurried towards the exit as a boulder fell across it. Outside, his uncle took on his true form as a powerful magician. Frustrated at losing such a great artifact, he left the country, planning never to return. Aladdin searched long for another way out of the cave, but there was none. As he sat down in despair, he thought of his mother and mourned her. He thought of his idleness and was ashamed, swearing that if he were free from the cave, he would care for his mother as he should have before. Aladdin pulled his robes tightly around him in an effort to find some small comfort. As he did so, he happened to rub the side of the lamp for which he had been sent by the magician. From its mouth emerged a genie who said, "O master of the lamp, you are granted 3 wishes by your servant. Ask, and it shall be given." Aladdin, not sure if this was real or not, asked the genie to return him home. He filled his pockets with jewels and other magical treasures in the cave, and then the genie was carrying him safely to his home. Aladdin awoke to loud noises in the street. He was in his own bed in his own room, and he figured it out all just been a dream. He couldn't explain how the jewels were still in his robes, but his speculations were interrupted by the commotion in the street. As he gazed out his window, he saw the royal procession below, with elephants and camels all dressed in gold and rubies. Aladdin was amazed at the sight, but even more so by the beauty of the princess. He fell immediately in love with her, and that night he implored his mother to go to the Sultan on his behalf. She carried with her the treasures Aladdin had taken from the magician's cave in order to please the Sultan. When the man saw that the beauty of these trinkets surpassed all that was in his palace, he said, "Surely this man for whom you inquire is some foreign prince, a suitable husband for my daughter." "Excuse me, Your Majesty," his vizier hissed through an evil smirk. "You do not know if you can trust this woman. This could be a ploy to get your throne. Perhaps a better suitor would be someone from your own court. My own son has served you well for years. Would not he be more trustworthy than the word of an old woman?" The Sultan dismissed her, and the next day the princess and the vizier's son were to be married. Aladdin, insulted, developed a plan to win his love. He fetched the lamp from the table in his room. He rubbed the side of it as he had done that night in the cave, and to his great amazement it worked. The genie rose out of it, saying, "O master of the lamp, you are granted 2 more wishes by your servant. Ask, and it shall be given. Make me a prince so powerful, genie, with caravans of servants and camels and treasures. I need beautiful robes and a palace unlike anything seen before in the empire. Grant me this, that I may win the hand of the princess, as you wish." The genie gave Aladdin all that he had asked for. The caravans of his servants and camels stretched through the streets and beyond the city, so that none could see the full extent of his wealth. All those in the trains, from the men servants to the slaves to the animals, were dressed in fine fabrics of a great array of colors. The Sultan was delighted at the sight and wondered to whom such splendor belonged, and he was delighted more still by the handsome prince who entered his court. Aladdin asked for the princess's hand in marriage, and it was given to him. In the midst of this prince's riches, the vizier's son was soon forgotten, and Aladdin and the Sultan's daughter were married that night. He took her to the palace that the genie had built for him. All who saw it were amazed at it, calling it the wonder of the Persian Empire, and the 2 lived happily for many years. The magician who had sent Aladdin into the cave had spent these many years searching in other lands for magical objects as powerful as the genie in the lamp he assumed to be lost forever. When he heard of the recent good fortune of Aladdin, he was greatly angered. One day when Aladdin was out hunting, the magician carried away into the depths of Africa his palace with the princess strapped inside. When Aladdin returned, he was distraught, but luckily one of his servants had been left and told him what had happened. Aladdin summoned the genie from the lamp and used his last wish to be sent to his palace in order that he may save his love from the wicked magician. He sneaked inside, killed the magician with his sword, and greeted his wife, who was very thankful to be rescued and see her husband again. As a last gift to his old friend, the genie returned Aladdin and his palace to where they belonged. Seeing both prince and palace restored, the people rejoiced, and Aladdin and his wife lived happily ever after.